I'm really excited. Okay, we're getting ready to do the cuff. Let me put this over here and pull myself some yarn. Oh, these were really easy and cute, and I hope you've liked them. Okay, so I've gone ahead and did my slip stitch to anchor my last row of dragon scales, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 scales, 9 rows of scales, and that's what you want. So what I want you to do, let me pull this so it doesn't get pulled. When you look at the top of your work, you can see the stitches like as if you were crocheting around, real nice. So these are the stitches we're going to use to do the cuff, and we're going to start decreasing around, and then we're going to do like a ribbing, and I think this is a different ribbing than I showed you for the hat. So first of all, I want you to pay attention. Each of the scales on each side of the hole, so you know this big hole that you have here, there should be 2 stitches, and I'm counting 1, and right now it's the stitch that I attached to, so that's 1, 2. And those 2 we're going to decrease, then we're going to do a double crochet in the hole. Then we're going to do a 2 decrease, and then we're going to go ahead and almost like when we were doing the V stitches, we're going to go under the connector of the scale stitch in through the V stitch, and we'll do a double stitch there. So let's go ahead and work that so that you kind of can work it and see what we're doing. So I'm going to I'm going to go ahead and chain 3, because that's the one that's coming out of my attachment, and that's my first double crochet, those chain 3s. And then I'm going to go ahead and do it again inside there, pull up a yarn, wrap it, and go into the next stitch and pull it up. And I'm going to pull through all of those. Now that's a decrease. And then we're just going to go ahead and do a double crochet in the hole of the scale. So you have to be a little bit cautious of what you're doing. Remember, you're going to get a decrease on each side of the scale. So you might have to pull your stitch away so that you can see where you're decreasing, so you don't get off count. Because if you just start decreasing without being cautious, you're going to get mixed up. Okay, so I'm going to go 1 and then 2. I hope you know how to decrease. So that's a decrease. And then I'm going to wrap my yarn and go under the stitch between my scales into my V stitch in the back, and I'm going to do a whole one. Okay, so then we're going to do it again. We're going to, and you might have to pull your scale down a little bit so that you can see those stitches right there. Okay, that might help you. So I'm going to wrap, and I'm pulling this down just a little bit so that I can see, and I'm going to go 1, pull up, wrap, the next one, pull up, and then I'm going to knit those 2 or crochet those 2 stitches together. And then again I'm going to do a whole double crochet in the center of that. So I'm going to do, again, I'm going to decrease. It's a double crochet decrease. And then I'm going to go under my scales and into the V and do a complete double crochet. And again, if you have to move that scale out of the way, go ahead and do it so you can see your stitches. So we're going to do 1 double crochet decrease, and then in the hole we're going to do just a double crochet, and then we're going to do 2 more another decrease with 2 stitches, and then we're going to go under our scale and through the V and do a complete double crochet. So you see what we're doing, we're going down so that it's going to fit our wrist. So go ahead. I'm going to just leave the camera go until we get to the other side, because I'm just going to be decreasing with you, and it's going to get a little boring, but that's okay. This has been such a fun pattern. Whoever came up with this, and it's all over the internet, all over Ravelry. I mean, it's one of those stitches that everybody seems to like. I mean, I get a lot of knit stitches, different knit stitches, and they're pretty too, but this is really fun. I really like this yarn, how it goes color to color. This has been a fun yarn to work. It's been difficult for me because, I hate to say this, because it's so slippery. And like I said, I have a little bit hard time controlling the tension to begin with, and then I get a slippery yarn. Decrease, single, decrease. Ooh, we're just about back to where we started. Yay. Decrease, and then I'm going to go ahead and attach to that first single crochet, that first chain. Remember, we did a 3 chain. Okay, so you've decreased. I'm gonna try mine on. Let me pull that so it doesn't get, I have to find that little, there it is. Oh, this is so fun. Okay, and you just pull it down to your hair. Now, what we're gonna do, so this is our setup row to get us ready to do the front post, and we're gonna do a back post. So, pay attention. Okay, again, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you remember, and be aware of your decreased stitches. Those count as just 1 stitch. So I'm going to wrap my yarn, and I'm going to do a front post around those 2 decreased double crochets below. Okay? Now to do a back post, that was a front post because we go around the back, but it's making a post in the front. So to do a back post, we're going to wrap our yarn, and you're going to come from the next stitch up one side and down the other. And you can kind of see I've just gone around that stitch, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this through and make another double crochet. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it. This is a front post. We're doing opposites. Front post, back post, front post, back post. Oops, I split yarn. Oh, I hate when I split yarn. It makes it look caca. So that was a front post. And now we're going to do a back post. And I can come up from the back, go around that stitch, and then go ahead and do my double crochet around that stitch. And another front post. And another back post. Now we did back posts for one of our other projects. We learned how to do back posts. And sometimes it's easier, so I just did another front post. Sometimes it's easier to turn your work and then work from the back rather than try to work from the front. And I'm ready for another front post. It's almost like every decreased stitch is a front post. That might help you. And every single double crochet below it is a back post. Now you won't notice much for a row or two, but after we do this a couple rows, you'll see that it starts to look like ribbing. It's really pretty. And I kind of want to work another row with you. So sorry. I have to focus. So we're almost at the end where we started. And again, when you get to your ends, you just do your slip stitches to connect that row. I've seen people when they work in the round, they just keep going around in a circle and it just keeps going up. But you want to finish a row. You want to finish it. Oh, I did something wrong. Nope, I didn't do something wrong. Yeah, okay. And that's a single, so we do a back post. Oh dear, what did I do? Sorry. Back post. Front post. Back post. Front post. And I'm at my my single one, so we're going to go ahead and slip stitch that. Okay, so that's a back post. So I want to go ahead and chain 3. Now, this next row, you're going to have to watch. The front posts you can see really well. The back posts, not so much. So, and we're just going to do this for about 3 rows. So I'm going to do a front post. And then I almost have to turn it and be a little bit careful and do a back post. And then a front post, and then a back post. So now you can kind of see that it's starting to make a ribbing. You won't really see it until about the 3rd row that you do. Now, you're welcome to do this as high as you want to. I'm probably going to do up to here. So what is that, about 3 inches? About 3 inches. And you just, every row is a front posts or front post, back posts or back post, and then you'll have it done. That's basically it for this little mitten, this dragon scale mitten. Now, if you don't like fingerless gloves, where is my... It's a little bit hard to find the thumb hole. That's okay. If you don't like fingerless gloves, what you could do is you could pick up stitches, start to crochet around this, and then decrease. You'd have to try it on quite a few times before you knew where to decrease, and then you would have just a plain mitten on the top. I'm not sure how you could have made this a little longer, I guess, and then just decreased a short amount up here. But if you like the fingerless mitts, this is just perfect, I think. And they're so stinking cute. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this. This is the last of my videos for this series. And you can kind of see it's starting to really start to take shape. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope to see you again. I'm going to find something else for us to do. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.